In this week's how-to, I'll show you how I fire up the Kamado Joe, get it up to temperature, stabilise the temperature and get it ready to cook. So when lighting a Kamado Joe or any other ceramic, it's always best to start with a small fire and then bring it up and heat it up slowly using the vents. Don't dump a chimney full of charcoal into the Kamado. It can shock the ceramic, it can crack the ceramic. And also if you've got a whole lit chimney full of charcoal in there, straight away you're going to get a really hot temperature and it's going to be a lot harder to stabilise. If you start with a small fire and bring it up slowly, it's going to be a lot easier to stabilise and you'll find that you can run at a nice steady temperature for hours and hours. So first things first, of course, you're going to want your charcoal. We've got this hallmark charcoal and we're just going to fill to the top of the fire basket or firebox. And then all we're going to do is just take the fire lighter, nestle it in there and get it lit. When firing up my Kamado Joe, always start with the bottom vent fully open. We have the lid open, we have the fire lighter in, and after about 10 minutes, once we've got a reasonable fire in there, we then close down the lid and start dialing in the temperature using the vents. If you're doing a long cook, then you want to fill your fire basket as much as possible, still leaving a good bit of clearance between your basket and your heat deflectors. I'm not going for a long cook today, so we've got it about half full, which is enough for most cooks. So here we are, 10 minutes in, got ourselves a small fire going there. That's enough to close down the lid and start dialing in the temperature using the vents. If you're using a chunk of wood, we're going to pop that near the fire, and then we're going to go ahead and put our deflector plates in. Deflector plates are in. Of course, if you're cooking directly without deflector plates, then obviously you don't need to put these in. So now what we do is close the lid, top vent. We're going to open this main vent all the way. And as I've said, bottom vent is all the way open. So we're getting close to my target temperature of 200 Celsius. So what we're going to do now is move this main vent shut, and now we're going to adjust the temperature using the slider. So we're just going to open that up, and then down the bottom, we're just going to close this down slightly to about 1 inch. And now it's just a case of keeping an eye on this and adjusting this accordingly. Just small incremental adjustments is all you need on a ceramic grill. So on the Kamado Joe, just moving it ½ an inch is the difference between 10-20 degrees on here. So we're going to start here, and when we're at our target temperature, we're going to close this down until we dial in and sit nicely at 200. So we've hit our target temperature of 200 Celsius. We've used the top vent and the bottom vent to get us to this temperature and to steady us at 200. Now, you'll notice that there isn't a lot of smoke visible from here. That's because when you stabilise the temperature, you want to make sure that you don't have lots of grey smoke billowing out. You just want this nice, thin, wispy smoke. That's when you know you're stabilised. You're not going to get an acrid smell, acrid taste on your food from the smoke. We've got a nice clean smoke. We're dialed in at 200. We're ready to cook. So that's my how-to on how to light your Kamado, bring it up the temperature, stabilise the temperature and get it ready to cook. Hope you found it useful.